and welcome to Backpage Pass, Gameweek 34. There's a bit of a bite in the weather, but more of that when we get to the Liverpool game. Oh, I've got the wrong document up there.
You know when you talk like that, you raise your one eyebrow like The Rock.
Do I?
Just thought I'd point that out to people who can't see us at the moment.
I'm about to lay the smackdown on Gameweek 34 as we review the games from last weekend and look ahead to Gameweek 35, which I'm going to put the people's elbow on. You smell what I'm cooking. Anyway, we're going to...
I regret telling you that. I'm Cormac, by the way.
Oh, Cormac's back. We haven't had Cormac since last... What? When's the last time you were here?
I don't know.
We're going to... September?
I think we've had 30 game weeks.
Yeah, you wanted me bad. So
Yeah.
I came back.
The people asked for it.
Yeah.
You were the main people of the
I
people.
am the people. People's champ.
No, wait, that's me.
No, it's me. You ruined it for yourself.
Doesn't matter.
Script. Get back to the script.
We're going to start with Fulham 0, Arsenal 1. Sidwell with his second red in a row. Giroud was also sent off. One of them was more influential than the other, though.
Well, Sidwell's by being sent off earlier on, you mean?
Good 80 minutes earlier.
Yeah. But Fulham deserved to get something out of that game, I thought. I thought they did quite well.
Well, Arsenal completed 3 times as many passes as Fulham. But yeah, Fulham still didn't look... Arsenal didn't look totally dominant.
Which is worrying from an Arsenal point of view. I know they're away, but...
But it is a case of...
Even last week we were kind of talking about Fulham. They ain't got nothing to play for.
Yeah.
And will they even turn up? But they definitely were worth the point, I thought.
But is it a case of Arsenal just... They're like, well, if Fulham don't have the ball, then they can't score. So we'll just keep the ball. Without really attacking.
Yeah, well... But I thought Fulham did create some chances, though.
Yeah, they're all in the counter.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them were clear-cut, really.
Yeah, but more than you would have expected after Sidwell got sent off.
Hmm.
Did you think the Giroud red card was a red card?
Yeah, just about.
I wasn't. I kind of thought his foot was on top of the ball and it kind of slipped over. Was more what I was thinking.
Yeah, that happened with Gouffran a few weeks ago, and I thought, no, Gouffran was just getting his foot between the ball and the player and wasn't expecting the player to stick his foot in.
Saw that actually on
Yeah.
the highlights. So I should probably mention I didn't see this game. He did go over the ball though.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
part of the rule.
I mean, you gotta...
People are real, like, a halfway house, they take the example in isolation, but the rest have to take the rule. They can't just take the example. And if someone goes over the ball, they have to be sent off just because he didn't go over the ball and hit him on the shins. He still went over the ball and made contact.
Yeah, take that, Mark.
Well, okay. I thought if
Did he? Or did he not
go over the ball?
I thought he got the ball.
Yeah, but he went over it first.
But he got the ball.
No, but that doesn't make any difference if you get the ball or not.
Yeah. But like, if
Nani got the ball.
If someone could get away with that, then they might try and
Nani
push
got the
down.
ball.
And then people will start biting other people.
Yeah, but
more on that when we get to the Liverpool game.
I don't know. I kind of... Is it relevant if it's a tackle then and you go over the ball?
Yes.
Is it written down in the rules?
No.
What then?
I don't know. I don't even think the term over the ball is in.
You have
Yeah.
to take a
rules.
strict line in this because it's so subject to what actually happened. And if the ref sees someone over the ball, he has no choice because if he'd come in a second later, he could have done some serious damage, or maybe a second earlier. The refs just can't make these calls. Oh well, he didn't go over the ball that badly, but he still went over the ball. And
Yeah, I know it's not in the rules, intent and all that kind of stuff. I just felt sorry for Giroud because I thought...
Yeah, I thought it's yeah.
I didn't think there was no malice in it at all. I didn't think it was that particularly dangerous when you compare it to Sidwell.
Stop getting your emotions in the way of this. Your love for Giroud.
Or Sidwell, or... No, No,
I don't like Sidwell.
No. Okay.
He just comes back from a ban and 12 minutes back he gets sent off again.
In.
Bye. How many more times do I have to get sent off before you let me go on my summer holidays?
Martin, you almost like, God damn it,
You promised.
Sidwell was like, oh, I should have waited till next week, then I could have gone. But now I've got to be around for the last game of the season. In case they might pick me.
He swore he wouldn't do it again. And I believed him.
I thought... what struck me about watching Arsenal was people used to criticise Arsenal for not having a defender who was good in the air, and now they've Per Mertesacker who gets it in the neck for not being good on the floor, but more about getting it in the neck later when we get to the Liverpool game.
Yeah, but he's good in the air.
Yeah, so I mean, Leave him alone.
When he gets around that slow vertical climb, when he's up there, he's good. It takes him a few seconds to reach that height.
I just think people need to lay off pair. QPR.
I wasn't finished with the Fulham game.
Oh, okay.
I want to stand up for Fulham here.
Okay.
I think Fulham are a decent side at home. That's me done. But it's also a London derby, so there's a lot. Derby form out the window, that kind of thing. Close enough game. I do think Fulham did deserve a point. Do Arsenal need to be concerned? Probably not. They still played bad. They didn't play as well as they should. Got the point in a London derby away, so I think Arsene Wenger would be pretty happy with that.
Well, definitely they're looking good for top 4 anyway.
Yeah. QPR 0, Stoke 2. You can't lose to the team on the worst on the form league, can you? And still expect
Apparently
it.
you can.
QPR will find a way. Don't worry
And
about
they'll
it.
spend a lot of money doing it.
And the way will be to completely change 6 people that played the week before and change again and then change again.
Yeah.
I think they have 4 teams.
Yeah.
Neither of which can win.
They're
None
okay.
of which can win.
I hated you last week, so I'm dropping you
But
this week.
I hate this guy so much more for what he did last week.
I really, you kind of looked at that game beforehand and you thought, they're both so terrible.
Someone's going to have to out-terrible the other one.
Yeah, and then they will lose.
QPR did it.
Yeah,
Did it come down to Stoke being more physical than QPR and just wresting the ball off them and then scoring on a weak defence?
No, I don't think so.
defense. It's the wrong sport.
What are defenders? What do they do?
Defend.
And as plural?
Defends.
Go D. Anyway, Walters can take a penalty now, though.
Yeah, that's cool. That was good because it all. Like, I remember he'd missed one the week before, and then we played Sweden. I was like, "Please God, don't let him take this penalty."
Yeah, he scored it.
Please God, and then he scored, and then since then he's been scoring all of his penalties, and by all of them I mean the other two.
Well, he scored one here, and then they made him retake it, and then he scored the second one.
Yeah, because early on in the season he missed like 3 in a row or something.
2 on the Chelsea game.
He had
something
one
like that.
woeful game where he missed a bunch of chances and then missed a penalty, and we were like, "Well, he's not taking a penalty again." And then he stepped up in the last month or so. I guess the Ireland game was a month ago.
But he scored a great penalty in the Ireland game, and this penalty because he went in the corner the first time, and then, or was it straight in the middle and you put it in the corner?
It was
he's
to
changed
the
anyway.
side. The one that went in, the one that counted went off.
Because he wasn't the same penalty twice. He kind of changed it up, which obviously takes courage to do that. And thought both penalties, the one that he had to, the first one, the one he had to retake, were taken with real conviction. So they were great. You know, fair play to them.
Is there still any hope that Stoke will get relegated?
Yes, but I think it's kind of.
hate Stoke.
I think it's at this stage it's looking very much like Villa versus Wigan on the last day of the season is going to decide that last spot.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Like, I mean, Villa, judging from Villa at Old Trafford on Monday, they don't necessarily look like they're getting a lot of points in the bigger kind of games because they really didn't offer much in that game. And
they've a lot of the bigger kind of games coming up.
Yeah, so I think it'll be. I don't think they'll have enough to catch Stoke, so I think it'll be between the two of those. So I think you're gonna have to wait at least another year, and hopefully Stoke will maybe replace Tony Pulis with, say, a ham sandwich, and they'll just finish bottom next season.
No, I hope Pulis finishes bottom, and then they replace it with a ham sandwich, and the ham sandwich does better. That's what I hope. Sunderland 1, Everton 0. I was saying Fellaini would be like a good outball, but Moyes played him deep.
Sorry, a bird flew past your window. But not only that, there's the sound of a plane engine, and I was like, how is he doing that?
Oh, you thought the bird was making the plane?
Maybe you thought...
Do you think birds do that in their head? They go,
Definitely.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
I zoned out. I missed that one.
There was a bird flew past the same time as the plane.
What are you talking about?
There was a noise of a plane going overhead, and then just at that moment, a bird flew past the window. So I was like, "What? How did that happen?"
So I questioned whether birds, when they're in their head, just go and pretend they're airplanes.
They definitely do, because they think planes are birds.
Do they?
Definitely.
You should get into zoology.
And is that when when they fly into the engines? Is that they're trying to?
That's what I mean. They never learn. You know what I mean? Like they think,
Well,
a bird, and then they fly too
well,
close.
I mean, once they fly through the engine, they don't do it again.
Yeah, but the rest of the bird pack
Flock.
flock,
swallow?
Swallow is a
It's
type.
a swallow of bird.
No, it's not. A swallow is a type of bird.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a swallow of bird.
I think you're just thinking of swallows.
No. No.
Get the flock out of here.
Anyway, well, the game was.
Sunderland 1, Everton 0. Sunderland.
You were saying.
Yeah.
Gonna have to cut that out.
You were saying that Sunderland were.
Gonna have to cut that out.
You were saying that Fellaini was played deep by Moyes.
Yeah.
And possibly it could be to take out Mr. Sessegnon, who's come onto form, but that is a very wild guess. I'm surprised he dropped him back.
Well, I think we saw hints of this in the Arsenal game.
It did happen, yeah.
Yeah, and you had suggested that this wouldn't happen. That was more to do with the fact that they were playing Arsenal rather than a kind of a more tactical decision moving forward in every game. But I think it's kind of made them a bit more impotent.
Yeah.
Penetrate that D line anymore.
Well, I think that's what's
firing blanks, guys.
I
Just got to get into the box. Just all you got to do.
But I think Everton were lucky not to get penalties though.
Yeah.
There was one on Yelovich.
I also think Mignolet should have been sent off for the back pass.
You would say that as a Newcastle
No, but
supporter.
is he deliberately stopping and goal?
We caught it, but it's not in the rules that that's a yellow card.
I don't know.
I think it is.
I meant to look this up. This happens every week.
No,
I should put it
don't.
in my notes. Look this up.
Is it relevant? Say, for example, if a back pass is played and it looks like it's going out for a corner and the goalkeeper catches it,
Ooh.
is it relevant? Like that would be a yellow card.
Hmm.
But if the ball is actually looking like it's going to travel into the goal and the goalkeeper is there, I don't think there's a discrepancy in the
Probably
rule.
isn't. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Made me look silly.
It's just because it's Sunderland, John, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it really was. He's
Yeah.
blinded by a red rage.
Mm.
So Paulo Di Canio is fixing everything quite nicely for the time being.
Yeah, well, I was thinking with Everton, they've grabbed absolutely nothing from the jaws of European glory, but more about jaws when we get to the Liverpool game. West Ham 2, Wigan 0. I like to think Big Andy and Duckman pulled this one out of the bag for Newcastle.
Big Andy. Duckman.
Yeah. Nolan.
I don't get who he is.
Did you see the little
He's been ducking around for ages.
the little overhead kick and then the scissor kick?
Yeah, that
the
was
one
like
move.
father to son. Parole to parole officer.
Do you mind if I just kind of pause here? I have to get a notepad and work on this Duckman idea. Because I think there's real potential here.
Wasn't it already done?
Duckman?
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. Because
Well, there's
I wanna
Howard
watch
the
that.
Duck, and
Daffy
then
Duck, Mighty Duck.
there was a spin-off of Scrooge McDuck.
Where he went around Europe.
Nightwing, something like. Oh
Bat Duck.
no, there was a Bat Duck.
A bad duck.
Yeah.
What was the bad duck?
Oh
Okay.
god. Look, tell you what, it's going on the Facebook page tonight. Anyway, when I find it.
But back to the game. Two very, very good goals.
Yeah.
I thought very. Like when you want to see goals, those are if you pay to go to a football match, those are the type of goals you want to see. Nolan's in particular, I thought was brilliant.
Yeah.
But that was just.
It's also just proving Wigan as the best team in Europe in the last month.
Yeah.
Haven't really got it together the way I thought.
Yeah.
Lost a lot of money.
Well, Martinez said it should have been an easy win, and sometimes I think he's not in control of what his mouth does. But more about that when we get to the Liverpool game.
Yeah, they
But
didn't.
Martinez, great manager. I just need to pun something.
Yeah, pretty much. But he did say that. He said it should have been an easy win, which is
Before or after?
after the game.
Maybe he was just saying that to discredit Sam Allardyce because everyone loves to do that.
But
He's
I
not a
think-
real manager.
I think to be fair to West Ham, at this point of the season, they don't like they're looking like they're safe. They don't necessarily have an awful lot to play for, but they really are showing a lot of appetite for the game.
More on that when we get to the Liverpool game.
And Andy Carroll's proving to be a menace wherever he goes. He's back to just pissing defenders off. Like.
More about that when we get to Liverpool game. West Brom 1, Newcastle 1. I think West Brom probably deserved more than a point.
Don't say that to make us think that
No.
you're not a Newcastle fan.
I am a Newcastle fan, but I just
Well,
accept that West
they
Brom played
expand.
better, although the goal probably wasn't great.
Expand a bit more on why, because
Why did
I
French
thought
so
a draw was a fair
They seem
result.
to have more chances, and they just look more physical, and they looked hungrier. But more on that when we get to the Liverpool game. It was just I don't know. They just had more about them.
I thought a draw was a very fair result, and I think it's a good point for Newcastle because they had to kind of bounce back in some way from the humiliation of the week before. So the point isn't a win, but it's not another defeat. So you stop that, turn it into a kind of run of defeats. And at this stage, I think, as I said earlier, it's between Wigan and Villa, I think, for the last spot. So I think Newcastle is fairly safe.
I think anything away to West Brom is good these days. I mean, they're a quality side now.
They've had a great season already.
They can really turn it on when they want to.
When they want it. Yeah. Norwich 2, Reading 1. Norwich gritted their teeth and got on with it. More on that when we get to the Liverpool game. I don't really have much else to say about that game, really.
The Liverpool game or the
Norwich one?
Well, two Bennetts scored.
Two different Bennetts.
Different Bennetts.
Two goals, both by Bennett. Neither the same guy.
Cause the guys at ceefax no end of
trouble.
Yeah.
Tell you what, being in the graphics department that day wasn't fun.
But poor result for yet another poor result for Reading.
Standard result for Reading, really.
But
is it really poor when you're used to it by now?
Yeah,
well,
well,
they needed
it's
to
just
win this.
yeah.
Really.
Well, they've needed to win for the last 9 or 10 weeks.
But 9 months, I would.
But
they've wanted to win.
it was actually
They
Saturday.
need to win now.
Saturday was actually a dreadful day for Wigan, and as it turned out, Villa, because Norwich, Sunderland, Stoke all won,
And Newcastle
and
got a point.
Newcastle got a point. So like it couldn't have gone worse. I don't think going into that weekend they would have thought that they would have been as isolated going into this game week as it turned out.
Are Reading mathematically?
No.
The coming weekend, whoever loses.
Yeah, I was going to say I think that weekend QPR were eliminated a while ago. I think Reading have pretty much added themselves to the list of who won't be playing in the Premiership next week.
Next year. Swansea 0, Southampton 0. Not a lot of goal mouth action here.
Exact opposite. Oh, go on, sorry.
Not a lot of goal mouth action here. More of that when we get to the Liverpool game. What were you going to say?
So it was quite toothless, both teams.
Yeah. Hey.
There wasn't much conviction about it. I was going to say bite, but that's been done already.
Yeah.
Just as well, Southampton have a young nipper at left back there. It's Luke Shaw.
Shaw. Nipper though.
Oh, very good, Mark.
But more on that when we get to
More on that when we get to Liverpool. Cormac was saying, yeah, it should have been a better game.
Yeah, no,
I feel cheated.
It's one of those where you you just assume it's going to be great, but then two great passing teams cancel each other out. Obviously, used to defending against each other in training and whatnot, maybe knew exactly how to play against each other. But I didn't actually see the game until the highlights, and there wasn't many highlights.
No.
Which led me to believe it wasn't a great game.
Well, what do we think of Pochettino overall? Good appointment, or do we think Atkins would have had this?
I don't think Atkins would have had them up
Do you think he
near the top half. I think he would have just scraped by.
So Pochettino, good call overall.
And now, you don't know what's going to happen next season.
Yeah, I wonder how long.
Him and Canio. Canio can only fire up Sunderland for so long.
Yeah, it's all going to fall apart.
Yeah.
Well, shut up, Mr. Newcastle. We don't know that. He could have good credentials as a coach, but as of right now, he's leading by passion because he's got a goal, and that goal is to get them out of the relegation zone. Whether he's able to do it next year when it gets to like mid-table scraps, if he's able to fire up his team in the same way, we don't know. But yeah, it's going to fall apart, I guess.
But starting next season, first 5 games for Sunderland will be very interesting. I think the same with Southampton.
I think
It'll be interesting to see who he buys.
Yeah, that's true.
Does he buy quality, or does he buy guys who get G'd up?
Or does he
Or
buy anybody?
When he gets Lee Cartermole.
Yeah.
How often will Lee Cartermole get sent off under parallel to Canio?
I think the first 5 games would be fine. I think it'd be easy to pump them up. I think if you get the same reaction as you did last year, I'll start the season, guys. This is where we make our mark. It's halfway through the season when you get these nothing games against Norwich, or you get these games against Everton and away, and then you can't get them as pumped up as you would like. And is his managerial tactics as good as his speaking?
Well, like the main tactic Mignolet was saying before the Newcastle game, or was it before the Newcastle game, or was it after the Newcastle game? It would have been after the Newcastle game, where he basically told them to shoot from outside the box more,
Yeah.
and they've scored.
They've scored pretty much all the goals have been from outside the box.
outside the box. But that can't last.
No.
You know, like so. It's
Can't
Someone will close them down.
But you know what I mean. That kind of thing will have to be expanded upon and become more intricate. Where it can't just be you shoot when you get the ball. Like
Sessignon, run at the D and shoot. Like
Yeah.
I've said it though. I
Yeah.
don't know how teams didn't know that was going to happen anyway.
yeah, but that's been his tactic. We need to shoot more from outside the box.
Get that ball across that line in that net now.
The
Hey,
key.
you Strawberry, hit a home run. I told him to do that. Moving on to Sunday, Tottenham 3, Man City 1. And I thought Parker and Dembele looked tired.
They
Yeah.
won.
I know, but but I mean, they were struggling for a long, long time.
But that by the time that Tottenham had
You
turned
run after Yaya Toure for a day.
No.
well, I think by the time that Spurs had turned around, Parker had gone off, hadn't he? And Huddleston had come on.
And Parker had gone off, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Huddleston had come on and done quite well,
Yeah.
which surprised.
Which, yeah, it's just-
But
he hasn't been trusted all year. It's just, I
Yeah.
played you a few games. It didn't work well, Tom.
Great pass for the
I-
second goal, was it? Fed it through to Gareth Bale's
the
goal.
third goal, yeah.
Third goal,
Mm.
But Adebayor has been a shocker all season.
I
Yeah,
mean, it doesn't really cost him. I mean, Man City are paying half his wages. He only cost him 3 million.
yeah.
He scored a few goals.
But he's also costing them games.
So Per Mertesacker has as many goals as Manuel
Yeah,
Adebayor.
yeah.
But what a 10 minutes there for Tottenham. City kind of good win for them, a disaster for Spurs in terms of Champions League, and then the turnaround like that with 3 great goals. Tata Foes in particular really destroyed Company and belted it in, and Bale from the Huddleston pass and a great finish as well.
Well, I was thinking AVB would have been better off starting Bale on the bench and then letting him loose when City were tired, but it turns out he was planning to do that with Defoe. Who, do you remember when Defoe bit a player?
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
more
we
on that
don't
when we
care
get to the
about
Liverpool game.
but that was Mascherano as well, so more than that we get to the Liverpool game. But Bale must be fit because he performed quite well.
He was
quiet
wasn't
at the start.
running the way he usually runs.
Yeah.
It was more kind of he's on the
Runs
pitch.
like a Welshman.
It's more like he's on the pitch to take free kicks and corners and things, but, or passing. But he wasn't there.
He's playing out wide though, which means he was
Well,
given.
no, he started behind the front man.
But he went out wide towards the end
Yeah.
when they started having more effect. Maybe that was a tactical thing to stretch Man City, which worked.
But say for example, Messi during the week didn't look fit and didn't really look himself. Whereas Bale, I thought, I'm surprised. My point is, I'm surprised that when he got that injury against Basel, that looked like a really kind of season ender.
Yeah.
I was surprised that he's back so quick and look.
Sure, he can get drugs and get away with it.
Yeah.
Though, so like,
I'll just get a new ankle. But he looked. I thought he had decent performance considering I wasn't really even expecting him to play.
Yeah.
I mean, Man City as well. That game said more about Man City than Tottenham came back and played well, but they've been playing well all year. Man City,
What's a City care anymore?
Yeah, I mean, like, they're just a team of individuals at this point. They really crumbled with bad there.
But this time, if this game was played in April of last season, that would have finished 1-0 Man City.
Yep.
There's no way they would have conceded 3 goals in that space of time.
Okay, well, moving on to Liverpool 2, Chelsea 2.
Do we really want to talk about this game?
I think we've said all we need to say.
Yeah.
Have we done this one yet? At times, Liverpool have looked toothless this season.
Yeah, I said too. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, we
can,
did that,
We can
okay.
edit this.
They've had a lot on their plate, though.
Hey.
That's my first take, guys.
It was right in the jaws of the goal where this incident happened. Right in the goal mouth.
Yeah.
The goal mouth incident.
Brendan Rodgers.
Goal-mad incident. Indeed it was.
Brendan Rodgers is mouldering this team into a better team.
He's what? Mouldering.
Mouldering. With his incisors.
You know what I like? Yeah. Damn it, I was going to say something about incisors. Incisors.
Yeah. Can we please move on?
Chew on that one, Mark.
So,
We talk about the game or
The game.
fact that
I
Suarez
really
is
just want to do puns for a few minutes.
by all means.
No, I'm out of them. Yeah. He scored the goal.
He bit a man.
He bit a man and didn't get sent off and then scored a goal.
yeah.
That
gave
gave his team a point.
I love the Guardian headline the next day of eats, shoots, leaves, question mark. But Good result for Liverpool, I think.
Yep.
Weird that the opposition manager is loved more by the home fans than the away fans. It's weird the way Yossi Benayoun comes on and is booed.
Yeah.
I don't understand. What if they got against
clear,
Neil?
like Mata, Oscar, and Hazard are knackered. Just get them off the pitch.
Yeah.
You're winning. Boo!
You don't know what you're doing.
No, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, that was just the initial thoughts on the game. I know you disagree, but I thought Sturridge should have been put off as well.
Yeah, no, I think you said he dangled the leg, or there was intent. I don't think it was intent. He was just like.
Yeah, I thought there was as much in that as there was in the jury.
He's English. Who's going to get away with it?
Hey, controversy.
I know what.
Unless you're Joey Bart.
Well, now to be fair,
Well, I think Sturridge has been a great signing for Liverpool. I think he should have started that match.
yeah, I thought.
I don't know why when they were starting Suarez and Sturridge together, they were doing great, and then it's like, drop
He
Sturridge.
may have
in.
felt that with the three-pronged midfield, he might be giving something up by starting Sturridge and Suarez. So in order to contain the three little people running with the ball really well, he'd have to put in an extra midfielder.
Can somebody tell me why Jonjo Shelby plays, first of all, in the Premier League, second of all, with Liverpool?
I hate him so much. He can't finish at all.
I loved it during the what was that, Liverpool being Liverpool? What was it called? Yeah. Rogers was telling them he's brilliant. He's like, "Oh, you've got everything. You can go to the top. You're one of the best players ever." Has he got an England cap? I know he's played for the under-21s.
Yeah, he's played. He hasn't got a senior cap, but he missed a glorious chance there at the end.
Yeah.
He's terrible. I don't think I've ever seen him finish anything.
How dare he point at Alex Ferguson?
Call him a grass.
Yeah, who were you? Like,
Call him a grass.
Yeah.
Call him a grass.
I heard you, but I don't get what you mean.
It's like a rat.
Well, what did Alex Ferguson rat about?
He can play because
He
Jonjo
played for
Shelby
the
went
ref.
in high on
Evans.
or so Ferguson said to the fourth official, and then Shelby got sent off. So he said, "You told on me." Effectively.
When clearly the ref had seen what had happened.
Jeez. Even if he was a grass, like, what are you going to do?
Well, do you know what weirded me out? About
I'll
this
get
game?
you, old man. I'll get you.
Oscar scored a header. Oscar.
But that was woeful of defending.
Mm.
I think he didn't. Like, this ball's kind of coming in my direction. I guess I'll head it. He didn't really belt it in. He just kind of flicked it. He used the pace on the ball, but desperate defending. Like, Reina was like to Agar, "You mark him," and Agar like,
Nah, it's only Oscar.
Yeah, he probably won't score.
Pretty sure he can't even jump.
It's too skinny. I'll just blow at him.
I mean, has anybody seen him jump? Me neither.
I don't think he even bothered jumping.
No, he didn't. But Agar missed that point. Great penalty by Hazard. That's how you take a penalty.
He's a great penalty taker.
That's how you take a
He's
penalty.
used to winning them.
Yeah, I heard he's like most winningest penalty receiver. Is
Now
that
that's a sentence.
He gets a lot of penalties.
And moving on to the big game.
No, we have to talk about the man.
The what?
We have to talk about the man.
We'll talk about the band later.
Okay. But we have to talk
Liverpool playing Newcastle. We're going to talk about the band then.
about Okay.
That's when the band becomes important.
Yes.
Man United 3, Aston Villa 0.
Champion.
Van Persie did it. He won the league on his own. Just him
Shinji Kag'wa.
and the Gawa or the Gaya.
Did you see him singing Gangnam Style?
Yeah,
Oh, that was awkward. Oh, that was awkward. He's in a pub in Manchester somewhere and he's on karaoke and everyone's clearly... Kag'wa, yeah. And everyone's clearly egged him on to do this. So Kag'wa would be brilliant. Go on, do it. He just gets up there and out of time. Just starts saying, "Up that Gangnam Style." Really fulfilling your stereotypes there, Kag'wa.
But it's Korean.
I know.
He's Japanese.
I know, but
And they had Park.
Who really has flopped at QPR.
Oh, he's done.
He was one of those
I think he's
Sir
retired.
Alex Ferguson system players.
It's just very like, right. He'll be useless in a year.
He'd be useless in any other team.
That's so harsh, that term. Useless.
Useless.
He will go on the scrap heap with the rest of them.
He will be at a team who are second from bottom. Bottom.
He was signed to
Captain of them.
be. He was signed to be captain, and now he's on the bench.
You're the leader. You're the leader of the worst
He was
team
the
in the
face
league.
of Gillette in South Korea. Now going to get relegated.
We started you ahead of Tevez in a Champions League final, and now you're leading the worst team in the league.
And when I say leading from the bench.
My God, I hope Newcastle sign him. I think he's still got with the gift, but he just went to the...
It's just not very much.
He was one of, 13 players that went to that team.
Hmm.
Look, anyway, we're talking about Man United.
United won the league.
Can we go back
Let's
to
talk about
QPR for one back there?
that. No. United won the league. Let's talk about that.
Is it true that QPR...
we will talk about them in the next...
Yeah, we'll get to QPR again. It comes around.
Okay.
All the way back around. Yeah.
So
You're going to cut that out because you have the balls to leave it in.
Oh, you're going to see. You're going to see, pal.
so the second goal was the goal of the century. I think we're all in agreement.
No.
Remy for
Because
QPR.
Andy Carroll did that.
He didn't, though.
Yes, he did.
Did Rooney play the ball for him?
No.
Well, there you go.
Andy Carroll did that. Oh, sorry.
What goal was that?
Yeah, no. When did Andy Carroll do that?
I
Was
don't
that
know.
one of those-
It was when he scored 2 goals in a game a few weeks ago.
Oh,
He
that
wa-
wasn't that
He
good.
didn't belt it from outside the box.
Blah,
Didn't
blah,
watch
blah.
it come over his shoulder.
Blah, blah, blah.
There's more skill in the
Blah.
Van Persie goal.
Yeah, it's
But
far
personally, I think
But
QPR will stay
he
up.
did that last year. Van Persie did it last year.
Yeah,
so
but this one-
can't be goal of the century.
Of course it can, because it won the league.
It didn't win the league. First one won the league. The one that was offside.
No, I thought
you're talking.
what? You were ruining the audio.
I was just seeing QPR under my breath while you were talking, so you couldn't cut it out. I'm an evil genius. Sorry.
Okay.
It was goal of the season, though.
No.
Best
You know-
goal of his career.
What?
No, because he did it against Everton.
Yeah, but that one, I think the one on.
There
I
was
honestly
no one
think the
around
one.
Van Persie. Would have made a blind bit of difference. It was all him doing skill.
But I think the one on Monday was better than the Everton goal last season, just because of. Well, I just think it was because it was further out. First of all,
Yeah. No, I think
skill
Gary,
it takes to do all that, though, it's like unbelievably.
Gary Neville ran the two together,
yeah,
side by side, and they just look the exact same.
yeah, no,
It's the exact same skill.
Yeah, no, it's the exact same skill, except this one's further out.
And it was done by a Man United player, so
There we go.
it's
Yeah.
so facts.
Not that Mark's
Andy
bias,
Carroll's
right?
gone to jail.
Well, it means absolutely. It means absolutely.
Oh, wait, Robin has been in a bit of trouble, sorry.
When a girl says no. No. Sorry.
You should look up the facts on that, there, John. No, it means nothing to me whether he wins the best goal of the season or not. If I won the league, that's fine for me. I just think it was a better goal because it was further out. But
It's great to polish off the season as well. 3 Van Persie goals, him back on form, everything is restored and ready for next year.
yeah, it was nice of him to kind of worry me with his poor form.
Yeah,
at the crucial
there's been a
stage
bit
of
of
the
drama.
Yeah, and now that we got Phil at home, I'll score a hat trick here.
There'll be a lot of people watching this. It's on Monday, so I'll turn off.
But yeah, brilliant day for every Man United fan. Brilliant performance as well. I thought Phil didn't really offer an awful lot to the game.
Nah, they don't
A
worry
chance
about
to make it 1-1 from Benteke, but I thought it was United's game, and yeah, great result. Three great goals and 20 times.
Yep,
great for me.
And me.
Yeah, Cormac follows United too, but he's not as blatant about it.
Yeah.
So it was better for me, Cormac. It was better for me than it was for you.
Okay. Who's Van Persie?
Okay, we're going to go to a break. We'll be back in a second. And we are back. What were we saying, Cormac? Cormac is just trying to speak under everything I'm saying. It's messing with my head.
I didn't know.
Because I can hear what he's saying, even though he's whispering, it's coming in my ears, but Mark has no idea what he's saying.
I didn't know that we were live, and I was singing Aerosmith to myself. You must know.
What Aerosmith song were you singing?
The song where he kisses the woman's eyes.
The Armageddon song?
Yeah.
Oh,
kind
it
of
wasn't. I would have gone for Love in an Elevator.
No. I've
Getting
never
it
done
up
that.
when I'm going down.
You done that in your elevator here?
No, there's not
We
enough
started
time. I live
speaking
on the
of-
first floor.
Sorry.
Nah.
Because
Why?
we had talking about the Aerosmith.
Like he's kissing someone's eyes. It's just graphic and disgusting. How do you kiss somebody? Yeah.
Are they open?
No, they're closed.
Their eyes or their eyelids?
He doesn't say. Yeah, their eyes, like their eyes, and there's all sorts of guck and stuff in there. You get infections.
Anyway, Man City versus West Ham. We're looking ahead now. Man City versus West Ham. Does this bunch of City players have the personality to turn up and win just for the sake of winning?
No.
No?
But they're winning.
I'm hearing no.
They're
Is it
winning.
home or away?
They're at home.
City.
Yes.
Draw. Move on. Move on.
Mark, give me an opinion.
I'll turn your mic off. Move on.
Of course they do, because they have a cup final to play in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And the rest of our players. Move on.
No, because everybody's playing for a spot, and there's very few spots in that team that are actually nailed down, I would say, for that final.
Draw.
I'd
Call
say
it now.
if you were to call, if Mancini was to pick,
Move on.
Move on.
Sorry, Mark. No. Mark? No. If Mancini was to what?
If Mancini was to move on.
Are we moving on?
No. You.
If Mancini was to pick his FA Cup final team tomorrow, I think there's only a handful of players that are actually on that team sheet at the moment. I think there's a lot of spots. I think Hart, Nastasic,
Company. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe David Silva. Like
Tevez?
Tevez is probably in there, but like Aguero probably hasn't been in the team and probably looking to take that spot.
Yeah. And then Dzeko comes in and does shit.
Yeah. But like that's what I mean. Like, so I think there's a lot to play for those players. And West Ham, kind of thought they didn't really have much to play for, but everyone wants to win at Man City. So
Yeah. Beat the champions.
yeah.
Well,
Then
then,
yeah.
Draw.
Everton
Former,
versus.
beat the former champions. So it's
Well, I mean,
it's
United
as much
don't
glory
have
as
to.
beating Blackburn.
United have to
really.
be.
Did you see in the ESPN an article from 2 years ago that said Lewandowski was on his way to Blackburn for 4.5 million?
Really?
Yeah, but then the ash cloud stopped it.
Really?
Yeah. It was on the score as well.
Oh, good stuff. Everton versus Fulham. Everton's Champions League dream is over, and the Europa League hopes are hanging on by a thread.
See, I have a theory. This year they started off well, and they usually start off slow.
Yes.
So logic would suggest they're going to finish slow.
After starting well.
Yes. Based on nothing. Over to you, Mark.
Well, they're not. Well,
Pick that up and run with it, Mark.
I disagree because they've started well. Because they usually start. They start badly, is what's said, and then the middle is good and the end is good. So we've got start good, middle good, blip kind of towards the end. So I think I'm in disagreement with Cormac there. And
Did you not just agree
Yeah,
with
that's
me?
what he said.
no, because I think I wouldn't say that they're ending badly. I think it's a blip.
Oh, and then they're going to end well.
The potential to end well, but I think it's in their
No.
benefit to.
Move on.
Move on, Mark.
I think it's in their benefit to avoid the Europa League.
Wait, who are they playing?
Yeah, I would say the same.
I'm getting shooed off by a man who doesn't even know what the fixture is.
They're playing Fulham, but yeah, I think
Away
Cormac's right. Nobody wants to be in the Europa League. Did I just call you comic?
No, it was Cormac.
You know, I don't think
I
that'll
think
just stretch their resources. Mark's right. Like, I don't think. Do they weigh it up, saying is it worth it? Do they get that much more money for being in the Europa League?
No.
Especially the initial stages.
money
And
is
that
what-
will just stretch their resources and probably affect them more, negatively and things.
Not that I think we're going to suggest that Everton are going to troll their games for the rest of the season. Well, I think it would be of more of an advantage if Liverpool were to get that spot because they would actually try and win that tournament.
They would have the
If Finici
squad.
starts, that's an indication that they don't want to win.
No, he's been in the team.
He's
doing
been
well.
yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't want to win recently.
He has
Like-
played the last few games and they did win.
Yeah, but I mean, you throw Jelic in, they weren't winning with him there either.
Yeah.
They know Onici's been around the block enough times that David Moyes knows that he's not good.
What do I know about football?
Southampton.
Do we not make calls of who's going to win the game?
Who's going to win the game, Cormac?
Is Fulham away or at home?
Way.
Everton will squeak by on a 1-0.
Okay.
With
So-
Steve Sidwell getting sent off.
I'm going to go 2-0 Everton.
2-0 Everton.
What'd you go for the first game?
I think I said it was City were going to win that game.
Draw.
You said draw,
Yeah,
and
he
then you
said
said
draw
move on.
a lot. Southampton versus West Brom. I don't care. I
Who's at
don't
home?
care what happens.
Who's at home?
Southampton.
Southampton will win. Although 2 draws.
That'll be another draw, I'd say there.
Draw. You don't care.
I like
Give
to
me an
see
answer. Shut up.
Depends if Steve Sidwell starts or not. I'd say
Steve Sidwell doesn't play for either of the teams.
am I bringing this show into disrepute? My lack
Stoke
of
versus Norwich.
No, I want to make a call. I'd say Southampton will win that game.
Okay.
2-0.
Be nice to see Shane Long
Get a goal
yeah,
again.
Yeah,
Do you remember he used to do that at the start of the season?
yeah. I'd like to see him finish the season there.
Stoke versus Norwich. Norwich have only 1 point more than Stoke, but look way safer.
Yeah, I bet you
Way safer.
It's just because that's the perception of Stoke's fall has been so dramatic compared to Norwich, who've kind of been bobbing around those positions in the table kind of pretty much all season, where Stoke have kind of collapsed.
Well, Norwich had that spell where they were best team in Europe.
Yeah, except that they weren't though.
They had best results in Europe for a month.
I think Norwich are going to win that game, and I don't know if that's going to bring Stoke back into the mire.
We can only hope.
Yeah, but I think Norwich will win that game.
Stoke at home.
Yes.
Draw them, I'd say. I think Stoke will bully Norwich off the ball for a while. Get in amongst them because they're still fighting for survival. And then I think they'll draw about maybe 2-2, I'll say.
And to the Hulk Hogan here, it's going to be 50-1.
Yeah.
And the best thing that I know I've said this before, the best thing about that week on Football Focus when he was doing the score predictions, he said Chelsea were going to beat Wigan 51, and he got the predictions more right than Mark Lawrenson.
I didn't see that.
Wigan versus Tottenham. Tottenham have a reputation as being bottlers at this stage of the season. That's the opposite for Wigan. Who's gonna
Well, I think this is a big game for Tottenham because they need to build on last week. I think if you look at the table, I think Spurs and Chelsea have games in hand on Arsenal. And really, I don't think this isn't a fixture that Tottenham can afford to lose points in. So I think if Spurs win here, they have a good chance. It was looking like they'd lost the top 4 places, but I think they have a good chance of getting there if they can win this game. But I think it's looking more and more like Chelsea are going to be the ones that finish 5th because they're the ones that have the distraction of the Europa League, and I think they're the kind of in the weakest position at the moment. I think.
Yes.
So I'm going to go for Tottenham to win that one.
Yes.
Who's at home?
On no footballing knowledge whatsoever.
Yeah.
I
mean, you don't need to use that as a precursor to anything you say at this stage.
W in their name.
W also spells win.
It does.
They can make an anagram.
They have a W, I, and N in their name.
Oh.
Oh, no, seriousness. I am going to call a
Winga.
A wee bit of a... Like what?
Winga.
I take my job very seriously. And I thank you.
Winag. Winag sounds better.
Winag.
Yeah, I'd say Spurs are going to build on next week.
Oh, okay.
I hope Defoe starts.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. Tell you won't be starting in the Newcastle.
I just don't know.
I just don't know. Tell you won't be starting the Newcastle versus Liverpool game.
Lee Cattermole.
Yeah, he won't.
Technically, that's true. Neither will Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Also, Luis Suarez, though, 10-game ban, and he's been directly involved in 49% of the goals. Can they get by without him?
Wait, sorry, what was the question?
Well, because
That doesn't really matter.
I thought it was about Luis Suarez.
Suarez being
No, Lee Cattermole.
because I think Liverpool need to develop without Suarez, and I think they should
Yeah.
they should use these games as an opportunity rather than as a problem. Sturridge should be given. They should be building their attack around him. I think giving him an opportunity to play central striker, and maybe Gerrard in behind him, or another kind of maybe sorry,
Henderson.
Well, I was Coutinho. I think maybe could be in there. Could be do well in there as well. Like this ban, how many times? I think it's 35 games. Suarez has been banned like the last 3 years.
Isn't he great?
And I saw something. What was it today that he's been banned? Is it sometimes? It's something like 35 games and without getting a straight red card. It's something along those lines.
We've got there's
the 10 and
7 for the first bite.
That's 7 for the first one.
in Ajax.
Yeah.
Oh, in Deutschland.
No, Deutschland is
It's
Germany.
Germany.
No, I realised what it is.
So 7 and 8 for
8 for
Biden
the
is
ban, and then he
15,
gave the
plus-
finger to the crowd. I think did he get 4 games after
I
that?
think so. Then there's the 8 match for Evra.
Yeah.
Racism. So. No red cards there.
You'll get banned there for the punch on that Chilean player as well.
Are they still looking
You'll
into
get
that?
another ban for punching that Chilean player now. To add to that.
Yeah, he did get his balls grabbed there. Oh,
Yeah.
See that part?
So there's you can see your man drop the hand and his face go like that. Greatest tea.
And a kind of
and then Suarez go bop bop.
a Gascoigne.
Vinnie Jones moment.
Yeah.
But how long? Where do we stand on the like? If that was, let me think. If that was Jonjo Shelvey, they get rid of him presumably.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how long do you stay with the kind of say, well, he's talented, we put up with it?
Well, the more he does it, the more his value goes down as well.
More attention he brings to the club as well.
Like, they could have sold him for 35-40 million at the start of the season.
I still think you can get away with a striker.
He was going to
Like-
miss a quarter of the season because he'd bitten somebody or
A
racially
quarter?
abused somebody.
10 games. 10
10 games, it's a quarter of your league season.
I suppose it is, yeah.
I-
I think if he even proves himself for the rest of that season, I think his value will go back to the way it was. I mean, strikers always have this air about them that they can do wrong, but they still go at high prices, like the Balotelli and whatnot. Keeping him a bit
Balotelli. He was lovable.
Oh,
I mean,
what
barring that
sorry.
kick to Parker's head.
Everything that we thought was cool about Balotelli turned out to be a lie. All these stories of him throwing money at kids and crashing a car through a strip club, all that stuff was lies. None of it was true. So in the end of the day, he was just a spoiled brat.
I think with Suarez, like Rogers is trying to kind of make him out to be some kind of victim here. Like, I don't really understand.
Well, you did literally say he's been victimised.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can. I understand your priorities to your player and to your club, but you have to hold up your hands and say we've been banned here. Take the punishment.
And he said it 4 days after as well. It's not like he hasn't had a chance to sit down and go, well, Joey Barton got 12 games.
Yeah.
Brutton got 10 games.
Yeah.
But it's not like they're comparing it to something else either, because no one's been done for biting twice. It's not like there's a bar for this kind of thing. So like, what were they expecting? Like, oh well, he got 7 the last time. Maybe he'll just get the 8. You know, the repeat offence will only add 1 game. Like, and to be victimised, he was victimised of maybe the first time he did something, and then maybe the second time when people assumed he'd go on a roll of racial spitting and biting. But he has done that.
I think it's been a very.
Well, the first time the guy was from Morocco, so it was both racial and biting. So I mean, he's only half as bad this time, really.
I think it's opening a very interesting debate though. 10 games for
Should
biting.
Uruguayans be allowed in the Premiership?
No, what I mean is a bite. Would you rather get bitten, elbowed in the face, or crunching tackle that breaks your ankle or your leg? Because right now, an elbow and crunch tackle, you're getting 3 to 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas he bit him and really didn't. I don't think he.
But you know,
I think
the crunching tackles there, you can at least say, oh well, it was a tackle.
Yeah,
Or
I
trying
tried,
to
yeah.
win the ball.
Yeah.
There's no way you could say he was trying to win the ball by grabbing him out of his
Well,
arm and biting him.
But not the elbow one. Can't really.
I think the flying out.
Well, you can always say, oh well, I was jumping
Yeah.
and I got carried away.
It's just so nothing to do with football. Like,
It
absolutely
is
nothing.
perceived as so. It's like an underhanded trick or something.
It's so deliberate, I think. Is the problem.
It's also just like he's got no part in any game in the world. Like it's in rugby, it's heavily penalised as well.
If you bite for the second time in rugby, you get 24-week ban.
So I don't know much about
That's
about rugby.
That's where you're smashing each other. That's
But
part of
in,
the
They wear
rules.
gum
in
shields.
rugby they have eye gouging as well.
Yeah.
Why is there multiple biting in rugby?
There isn't multiple bitings. It's just like
Yeah.
it's
If it happened, I don't think it ever has
It's-
happened.
I think the last person who got done for biting was Dylan Hartley. On his first one, he got I think 9 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was like Leo. I think he bit Leo Cullen actually, and it wasn't even as bad as Suarez. When
This is
Suarez
all getting cut.
was, oh,
Rugby on my podcast. What are you thinking?
other people rub you on the podcast.
Moving on to Sunday's game. Are we done? With
Well, I
Suarez?
just think to kind of to sum it up though, I think since Suarez has gone to that club, the club's image has been damaged more. Like I don't think he's brought the club on. I think he's damaged it more than he's helped.
At a time when their image with the whole Hillsborough thing coming out, they could have done with having a nice image.
Yeah, and I thought it was so cheap. Oh yeah, well they fine me, but I'm going to give that money to
Hillsborough
Hillsborough fan.
Give the money anyway.
Yeah, we don't want your stinking bite money. you know, as if we just accept any old thing. I thought that was disgraceful. And that makes everything okay. I'm a decent person. No, like that was just poor marketing and poor PR.
PR, man.
Yeah, sorry, not marketing, poor PR.
I'm a marketing guy.
So if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd start looking into, or in the Liverpool management, I'd start looking. Well, what are my options here if we sell him, and who can we get in instead? And like Suarez Rodgers inherited Suarez, so is he really part of the Rodgers plan? Would Rodgers really be that put out if you were to say we could sell him and get two players that are more in your line?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
And you still got storage there.
Yeah,
and Andy Carroll.
Technically, you do have Andy Carroll. So
Technically, have Andy Carroll.
Yeah, they still own Andy Carroll.
Lame. Well, yeah, I think if I was a Liverpool fan and they saw Suarez, I wouldn't be disappointed.
Okay, we really have to move on now, though. So Reading versus QPR, and the
John.
loser of this one gets relegated. Who will you be happy to see? Yeah, first. Who will you be happy to see the back of more?
QPR funnier financially.
Also, it kind of puts that whole thing with what I was saying the whole season long. They're going down, and they had that kind of thing where they got a couple of wins, and I was like, oh no,
I'm going to look silly now.
But now they definitely are going.
Yeah.
But I think I like Reading a lot more than I like QPR, and I want to see them go down.
Jimmy Kebby only started 16 games, and I think the majority of their points came during those 16 games.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kebby.
Oh yeah.
It all could have been so different.
Jimmy Kebby, man.
I know he is.
He's a superstar. Chelsea versus Swansea. I'd like to think Swansea have more pride to just roll over for this one. One last big performance.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they'll put it up to them. Is it who are at home?
Chelsea.
I think Swansea. I think Swansea will put it up to them for a while. But the three majors up front, the Brazilian, the Belgian, and the other guy, the Spaniard, will eventually start over.
And John, who are away?
It would be Swansea, Mark.
Oh, right.
Listen.
I think Chelsea will win that because they need to win it.
Have you just predicted the home team will win every game?
No,
The
absolutely not.
yeah, the home team is the one you've gone for.
Or a
No,
draw.
Or else a draw.
Or a draw if they're
Yeah,
worse. If the home team
better
is worse.
team is away, it's a draw.
No, I think who's at home? If you had have said either team, draw.
Arsenal versus.
Shut up!
Oh, Jesus.
I think Swansea will win 1-0. There, I said it. Are you happy?
Arsenal versus Man United. Now, Arsenal are at home. And they're going to have to do a guard of honour for Van Persie.
They have to.
Well,
they've
you don't have
chosen
to.
to.
It's just a classy thing to
It's
do.
a classy thing to do.
And United did the guard of honour for Chelsea not that long ago. I remember coming out at Old Trafford. It's just it's the classy thing to
I
do.
thought they had to do for just Van Persie.
No,
Because he's returning. I was like, what? I've never heard of that before.
No, you know that team you follow? They won the league on Monday.
Oh, I know that. We won the Sigerson Cup.
yeah, I think it's the classy thing to do. But it also kind of works in Arsenal's advantage because they are not going to enjoy doing that. And whereas United are already talking about resting players going into that game, literally have no cup finals.
Resting players for what?
Yeah, resting them for what?
Well, it's more.
Transfer.
I don't. The way he phrased it wasn't. I think he kind of said rotate or freshen up the team rather than resting players for any particular purpose.
Butner again. Then.
Good old Butner.
I don't think there's any players that are kind of on 7 or 8 games that need 2 more for the medal. I think
Everybody has a decent
everyone
amount.
who's going to get a medal.
Butner has rock all.
He's about 3 or 4 appearances, so even if he plays in every game, he won't get a medal. So that's what I mean. So
Poor Alex.
I really dispute that 10
Yeah,
games. I think it's a lot of balls.
I think 1 game.
I think if it should be kind of done on you can use 10 games as your rough estimate, but there should be special dispensation. Like, so when Makeda scores against Aston Villa in a game, pretty much one of the games that decided the league for United, he should get a medal for that, and particularly when he scored in the next game as well. And
like a dubious medals panel.
Yeah, but like Butner has scored a goal this season, so technically he's contributed.
Give Bebe a few games. Prove to everyone that he wasn't a waste of time.
Oh, relax, baby. Fergie will want to win this one bad, but based on the response of some of his players when they went 18 points clear, they're just not going to bother, are they?
Well, Fergie wants to win so he can set the points record.
Yeah.
Also, like I if you're a professional footballer, presumably you'd want to win every game. If you're playing at that level, you wouldn't want your rivals to be beating you.
But they just didn't seem to give a crap after they went 18 points. Do you remember they just had that little blip there?
No, but I thought that was more to do really just shell shock from the Real Madrid match. They just went into a period of poor form. I think I'm going to go for a draw in this match because I don't think United are going to have. I think Arsenal are going to be more up for it, and they need the points more. But I don't think they'll. I think United will get something out of the game.
Arsenal are at home.
Yeah, well that changes everything, then, doesn't it? I mean, if I'll start taking it seriously. Depending on what team United fields.
In the last 2 minutes, you're going to start taking it seriously.
Depending on what team.
We're entering injury time. This is when Cormac gets serious.
It's when United win their games, baby.
Yeah. Cormac's getting hungry.
You jumped over the fence, baby.
We'll go back to the Liverpool game and talk about this.
Depending on what team United field on this Sunday, is it?
Yeah.
They could field an experienced team, and I think they do have the strength and depth to maybe give Arsenal a good run for the money. But I think this game is too important to Arsenal for them to not try and go for it. Are they? They're in third,
but they can't afford to be dropping points.
Yeah, but I still think Arsenal win because they're at home.
And on the Monday, it's Aston Villa versus Sunderland. Villa have lacked fight all season, and Sunderland are full of it at the moment.
Much.
I think, because Villa are at home, I think Villa will win this one by the odd goal.
I think Di Canio is going to ruin another suit.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Think he's going to crap himself in the news?
I was thinking more Wee himself, John. More Wee himself. But no, I think he's going to be sliding on the touchline and all that kind of stuff. I think Sunderland aren't going to win.
Yeah, I think Sunderland will win too. I think they'll have too much for Aston Villa on the day. Actually, no, wait. Aston Villa will win.
Because they're at home.
Because I think... I swear. But I think Aston Villa will win. They're still in the dogfight. I think Sunderland's passion and this new lease of life that God can only last.
Momentum.
Can only last for so long. I think Aston Villa will feel wounded by the 3-1 loss to Man United, and will come back with something Sunday. Or is it on Monday? Is that
Monday.
Monday, and we'll win the game.
You know what I can't wait for? The podcast where we preview the FA Cup final. Who's at home? Neither team.
I'll just explode. Who gets the home dressing room then?
Yeah.
They flip a coin. Anyway. Well, we're all at the going home team because we're finished now.
I live here.
No, you don't. Shut up. Stop trying to steal my apartment. Right. Goodbye, bye.